Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome to another episode of another pod. Do not relent. I am the succulent Slidewhistle.
'Tis I, the intriguing Immunization.
And it's me, the appealing Aaron. Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag.
When's the last time you got punched like a punching bag?
You mean IRL or from a member of the Horde?
Yes.
In PvP, I want to say it's been like 3 weeks or so, if only because the quest that you had to fight people for, I want to say has only shown up like twice, like 2 weeks ever. And I only did it one of them. So I feel like it was like 3 weeks ago I did PvP. IRL, woof. You know what? That is a good one. And I'm not asking to get walloped, but I don't know the last time I've been punched. You know what? Actually, I do remember the last time I got punched. And it was by you, Slidewhistle.
Are you asking to get walloped?
No, but that was the last time I got punched. And it was in the arm. And it was because I was being a little dork, but that was the last time.
Slidewhistle's gonna wallop you when you're here in next week now or something.
No! Well, I'm rubbing my little forearm. It has 1 week before it's gonna get absolutely creamed.
Oh, I'm going right for the mouth.
Oh, don't! Oh, please! You'll knock out one of my funny little teeth. And then I'm not going to the dentist, so I'm just going to have funny little gaps. But not like cool ones like Michael Strahan, like bad ones like a Simpsons character.
Speaking of Michael Strahan, you guys check out that new set you can purchase on the Blizzard store for $29.99.
Did he give his personal endorsement? This set is super great.
He actually designed it. I don't know if you knew this.
No, I didn't. Elaborate.
Nope.
Oh, that's all there is. He just was really inspired because he was walloped a lot in PvP. So he spent a lot of time with the spirit healer, and that's why he's like, you know what? We're getting some Mog sets. I'm gonna design one that looks good on, I don't know, maybe about half of the characters out there.
So that raises a bit of controversy that I saw someone. I don't think it's an actual controversial bit. Just someone made a joke. Do you think they had to call it a spirit healer one? Because if they tried to make you pay $30 for a Kyrian-based set of clothes, no one would buy it?
Maybe. I mean, the white set is pretty much a spirit healer.
Yeah, it's interesting too because I feel like it combines Kyrian, spirit healer, and Valkyr aspects in it. But I would say that overall it does look spirit healer to me. I feel like what I was getting at, though, is that I feel like it just looks pretty bad on a decent amount of races.
Yes, it is very human-coded, and they have not really taken it upon themselves to size things up appropriately for the other guys. And yes, for anyone who did not see, the big thing is you get both this hooded version and this more, like, armored fighty version, both in white and in purple, and it's specifically so that you can mix and match bits and pieces of it to make your own custom look based on this specific kind of armor.
Yeah, I'm actually quite a big fan of this pack. Normally, the transmog sets are like 8 pieces, 9 pieces, and it's like $20. Mm-hmm. This was $30 for it's essentially 2 sets, but there's 2 recolors. But you get 22 weapons. You get like it says over 100 pieces. It's like 103 or something like that. But like the math still works out that it's pretty good, except for this goddamn hood. Look at the picture I sent in host chat.
Oh my goodness!
Dwarf beards.
Yeah, I was about to say. So yeah, it's just a hood with an empty black oval. It's very like Destiel, Tyrael, whatever his name was from Diablo coded. But yeah, if you have anything that isn't just a human head with some ears, it's poking out. We're talking about... So, the Worgen and the Volpera is one thing, because you see their little face poking out and their ears. I think the other, more humanoid races are funnier.
So like yeah, like the Draenei has like tentacles poking out the bottom, and that's just ridiculous. Why haven't they evolved their system to just be entirely head encasing by this point? You know what I mean? You can't
Hats
just
can
like
detect when you have hair, and then they get rid of it, even though we've been asking them to not to. Yeah, why is it that it doesn't just get rid of your tendrils? A normal helmet does that.
Well, people would probably be mad too if you are a character that has like a snout. Like, I feel like the Worgen head sticks out further than most hoods would, and that's probably why they stick out of this. But then I'm like, I don't know, guys. I feel like you could just make the hood bigger, right? And then still give it a black effect, and because like that's what it's supposed to look like.
There's also clearly deformation that they can do with the hood that, like, so in this data set you've given us here, there is a male Tauren where, yes, their horns and their hair is sticking out, but also the hood is conformed around their snout so that it's like hooded while their mouth and nose are out in the open. Why couldn't you do that with a Volpera or a Worgen? Why do we just...
because like actually it looks kind of cool on the Tauren. I mean, if you ignore like the other things sticking out of the side of the hood, but I think like the way that the snout looks is kind of neat.
what I think is really funny about the dwarven beard sticking out is that I forgot that dwarves can't just shave off a beard. There's no beardless option for
I swear
regular
there
dwarves.
used to be. Is it just... I swear there used to be, but at the same time, when I was making the infamous Begstuck, yeah, I wanted him to just have a mustache, and I don't remember there being one. Did they take clear chin away from them?
I don't think so. I think it's just that sometimes some helms would erase the beard. I think that's what would happen, maybe. Or maybe you're thinking of an Earthen, because Earthen, I guess, are the first nude-chinned dwarves, which I never even thought of. So it's funny because technically this is biblically accurate. A dwarf with just a little beard sticking out of the black hole, because dwarves don't have not beards. Thanks, Tolkien.
But I don't know. I feel like a dwarf could tuck their beard into their hood, even if it means like putting it below their shirt or something like that.
So the hood's very rough. But also, as you scan down, the middle seems to be good. And then, thanks to Mitch on our Discord, which you can go to donotrelent.com to... It feels ash in my mouth. I'm not the guy who says this. Immune, what is the call?
Our Discord, which you can get to by going to donotrelent.com.
Thank you.
Where all of our links are.
Thank you. I shouldn't have talked so early. I was like, there's usually a second part. But he showed off this set on a Worgen woman. They have opted to put metal Crocs on your character, and they have decided that these things have to stay even when they really shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know we've complained in the past about them not making shoes for the beast races. Like, because, like, I deal with this, too, with, like, the Draenei and the hooves, and just not having a lot of shoemog in general. But tell me why, like, yeah, they just scaled up these giant metal-looking Crocs, but didn't fully bother sticking the Worgen feet into them. Like, you could make a bigger shoe, just encase the entirety of the Worgen's foot. Well, because, like, tell me why is there a little tiny pinky toe sticking out still?
I don't... This is one time where I would have just been like, okay, we get it. Most everything else works. I guess they were really pissing themselves because if you took away the shoes, that's 4 of like the 28 options you can't use. But it's like, it's fine. I don't know a single person who's like, oh, I'm willing to live with this so I can technically be wearing a shoe.
Something about seeing the shoe reminded me of the Yu-Gi-Oh card Gigatech Wolf. I have attached a picture. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please just look up Gigatech Wolf. You'll see this Yu-Gi-Oh card. And I don't know, the color and the wolf paws just gave me a foot shoved into a metal appliance.
Now, I might be dumb. 4 stars. Would we have had to summon the Gigatech Wolf?
You would not have to sacrifice any other monsters to summon the Gigatech
Okay,
Wolf.
I was about to say, because for a normal with 12k attack, 1200 attack, 1400 defense, I was like, that's boo-boo doo-doo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's great. It's definitely a weak 4-star. No one would run this in their deck, I assume. Yeah, but 5 and up you would have to sacrifice for.
Sacrifice these nuts.
Oh, get him! So now the rubber meets the road. I've seen Slidewhistle in this thing. He posted a picture. Immune, do you have this $30 set?
I do not. I mean, I feel like it would, I don't know, be thematically accurate to wear on my priest, but I don't know. I feel like $30 for a T-Mog set is still pretty steep, and I don't really love it that much.
You make it sound like you get a single T-Mog set. May I remind you, over 100 transmog pieces. You are essentially paying 30 cents per piece. Since when can you not afford 30 cents a transmog piece? Those are pennies on the doll hairs.
Well, maybe I will have to compare those doll hairs to if my hooves even fit into these giant clompers first off, and then maybe that would be... and then I don't want to count those. Like, if I were Aaron, I would not count the shoes. I would count how many of those Mog things are shoes. Take that off. Honestly, maybe even take off one of the hoods. But, like, those shoes, ridiculous.
But they fit his feet. How often do you get shoes that go over your toes?
Okay, well, they fit... Aaron, quick, how many toes does a Worgen have?
3 main ones, I believe so, and then that little baby one.
Okay, so... They do not cover all the toes, Slidewhistle. They cover approximately 75% of the toes.
Is a dew claw really a toe?
Okay, well, I think the dew claw should be included in the shoe.
Not to do claw?
Don't tell them that. They'll just stretch the geometry, stretch the mesh of the shoe to cover it. There's just this random bit that arcs all the way up to my ankle.
Hey, when's the last time you were punched?
I have a feeling it's about to be right now.
They thought I was a shill before. Wait until I start fighting for Blizzard.
Beats up boyfriend over shoes in World of Warcraft T-Mog.
Oh my god, shoes.
Did you see Kelly got a commercial advertising job?
Excuse me, as Kelly?
Yes.
I feel like that is... I'm not trying to be mean. 19 years to be nice beyond Kelly's relevance.
Kelly got a shoe deal. It was a commercial for some shoe store or something. It was actually I was Kelly tamed, let me tell you.
Well, I guess we're the big kids now, so there's probably just some elder millennial in there who's like, gotta get Kelly. Kids will love this one.
Also, I have seen Kelly on TikTok somewhat recently. I think maybe Kelly has crossed over to the youths as well a bit.
Immune, tight pants lady. What's she up to? Didn't she have a career as of late?
You're talking about Leslie Hall, I believe. I bought a sweater from her at some point in college. She sells sweaters akin to the style of those music videos, and she like.
Are these machine produced?
She
or
claims to like
Kelly knitting them.
She claimed to like hand knit some of them, like not like. I mean, the thing was that like she wasn't really that famous, so I don't know that people were actually buying them. But my roommate and I did chip in to buy them. They were like more expensive than you would have thought, so it makes me think that she was actually involved in creating them.
All I know is I asked her and her gnome friend for some tight pants, and you know what they told me? Never.
Body rolls.
High kicks. This is how I switch topics to it happened, everyone. You were all waiting. We were climbing up the mountain, and what did we reach? The plateau. We made it to Heroic Salad Bar this week. I dare believe we didn't even pretend to do normal. We said we are now officially focused on heroic progress, and unfortunately, this was the week no progress was made.
Well, I will say, though, I was very proud of us on night 1 on Tuesday. We cleared all the way through Heroic up to Salad Bar, and we did it very quickly and, in style. I feel like we had all of our people for the first time, I think, all season, so that helped. And then, as we have said down here before, Wednesdays, we always have less people, so Wednesdays are always harder, especially when it's on prog. But I do think that we made decent prog. I also hear that Salad Bar is pretty hard.
Yeah, I was really impressed with this Tuesday. I have been working my jimmies off to try to figure out how the fuck to play the other Demon Hunter hero talent
Vengeance?
spec.
Oh.
No, the other hero talent, because I guess they're wildly different. I miss when Demon Hunter was just press a button and you win. You know, those were the days.
Did
Now
did,
it's
did they reduce
complicated.
it from being a quote sandwich class?
It's yeah, I wouldn't really call it a sandwich class because I have to think. There's like a certain order I have to press buttons in, and if I press them wrong, I'm fucked. So I've been having to really focus in on pressing the correct sequence, which has been hard but rewarding in its efforts to. Also, I got kicked off of the Mythic Raid team. By the way, they dumped me again.
Way! No way! This is breaking news, at least for me. What happened, baby?
Well, this happened last time when they removed me from the rank, and I was like, "Oh, I guess this is it." And then they did it again, but this time, I'm just like, "Okay, I honestly, this is fine." I have a lot of things going on. I'm not gonna be able to raid on Thursdays anyway with them. I'm gonna let this slide. I think they wanted me to leave from the beginning because I wasn't really a stinky rat. I was like there's a stinky rat neighbor who kind of moved when they moved to the next town.
You're a little too bathed for them.
And so then, like, after I got AOTC with them, like, what, like, was that like a month ago by this point? 3 weeks ago by this point? They stay in their rules very clearly stated bench players didn't have to show up if they weren't going to be slotted in. So why would I sit near the call for 3 hours anymore if you told me I didn't have to? But I think they were mad at new content with them. I did get some whispers while I was at work. Hey, can you heal a key for us? And I'm like, sorry, I'm at work. I can't. But I've also been on my Demon Hunter, and my Shaman is in their community group. So I think last time they could see me online. This time they're probably like, what the fuck? Where's Pumice? He's never online anymore. So all that led to them changing my role, me not being able to see any raid chat, and me going, you know what? This is fine. We can mutually walk away. I'm not going to bother you anymore because I don't want to do it either.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the longest time, you were just, like, every, I guess, Thursday it was, you would just be, like, sitting there waiting, like, oh, well, I wonder if I'm going to have to be slotted into raid tonight. You would always talk about it as if you didn't really want to be, or, like, it was a hassle.
Yeah, I never heard a lot of enthusiasm. Like, I think you were excited to be included, and then once you were there, it was just like, oh, the grass was greener, I guess, when I didn't have any.
It was fine. It's just that they did that thing where they became so grade grubby so quickly. Like when I saw them, they were right at the tail end of being starry-eyed new mythic graders and being like, you know, a mix of like bumbling and messing up, and then it became like everybody has to do 25 mythic dungeons this week. Everybody has to be this island. Everyone needs to do this, and that. Everyone needs to do this. Everyone needs to do that. We're doing heroic splits, and everyone's talking about their parses, and I'm like, oh, you guys are so boring. You guys were fun. Now you're all about math. And I think it was really also hampering my Demon Hunter learning ability because I was spending basically half the week doing a Demon Hunter, half the week doing a Shaman. I still kind of want to do that, but now I'm not like obligated to do that. So maybe by the end of the season, when things slow down, I'll find a new Mythic Biddies to jump into. But yeah, that's to say, we brought Salad Bar the next day. Numbers were low from both raid groups, so we combined, which I think ended up being fine. Because we would have maybe progged a little better if we didn't have the change in group size. We honestly probably should have just started as one group, and then I think we probably honestly may have killed Salad Bar.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like there's a whole lot going on in that fight. The other group has killed it. I think they're technically progging on Demencius, but I think one of their tanks is not here, so they had to like move people around, so that didn't help them this week. I feel like we're reliably getting to the last phase now, but the last phase is just very hectic with like, and in general, I feel like we've said this in the past about our raid group and our guild, is that fights where there's a lot of like personal responsibility, we struggle in until everyone is like fully locked in and understands all the inner workings of it, which, you know, takes a little longer for, I think, a lot of us. So we'll get there.
There are still bits of the fight that I don't know, but I don't mess them up, so I've never learned. There's a bit where we all I know is, hey, leave. Like, you'll get a circle on you, and we're all in the middle fighting Salad Bar. Leave. And so I do, and then I come back. And later, it's talking about like, okay, laser placement. Okay, that one, someone put that wrong. Let's go in counterclockwise. I was like, maybe that was me. All I was told was, if you get this, go somewhere else.
Leave.
And so I have done so.
It's also hard because some things about this last phase, I don't even know if they happen in normal or like how much they happen in normal, because we so far outpace normal that we would just kill him in phase 1 and not see any further mechanics. So
There's also a bit of a discrepancy between the colloquialisms of the things in the fight. They kept talking about, you need to shoot these through black holes. You need to go to the black holes. Do you mean the mace balls? Do you mean the
giant
flail
spiky
heads?
flail balls? Yeah.
Excuse me, I don't know what they are if you don't refer to them as, flail heads. It took like 3 pulls when they were like, and I looked, I was like, oh, you mean that? That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, that was. I was like, black hole. I'm like the spikadoos, the big spikadoos that are going around from Waddle Dee.
I like literally, I turned to Slidewhistle at some point and we were discussing it is off mic as an aside during the raid. And I was like, what black holes? And then we're like, wait, do they mean spiky orb? Like, it does not look like a black hole. When I think black hole, I think of like, the things that we fly by in Dimensius when we're like going to the next platform. Those are, literal black holes.
Even more so, don't even get me started on Dimensius. Lynn calls the orbs you have to hide under in the very end asteroids. Perfectly smooth things. Those are planets, sir. Or I would accept black holes. But asteroids? Nuh-uh. Asteroids are shaped like crumbly poopies. That's an asteroid.
Yeah, it's too smooth to be a poopy. We all seen that before.
Maybe you'll need a little more fiber.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have little rabbit shits, little poop pellets.
I just muck spray like a hippo, but I don't have a tail, so sometimes I just get a wooden spoon back there and I just go.
Do you guys know what rabbit poop looks like? I guess I say that so confidently because I see rabbit poop every day.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't look like Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. It's a little. Every morning when I'm spraying the rabbit poop down, I'm like, ooh, what if I just like put a bowl of cereal on top of this?
Ew.
My friend Sam of MTV fame got a rabbit when we were in high school because she was just like, I want a rabbit now, and they got it, and like 2 weeks later they were like, we all hate this rabbit, but it's a life that we take care of now. So for like 6 years they just took care of it begrudgingly. But yes, I remember every time anyone would do anything, this rabbit's like, bet, time to drop some pebbles.
Yeah, and then it eats it.
Sounded like she didn't need to be made into a break dancer. It sounded like she needed to be unmade from being a rabbit owner.
Oh no. We didn't get to eat that one though. I wish I got to eat. Never mind. I was about to say I got to eat Jaina, but no, I didn't. Yob-Yag did, but I didn't.
Missed opportunities not eating Jaina the rabbit, the one rabbit we all hung out with.
She
Did we, though?
preferred to pee on the floor. I didn't see a lot of poop from her. I saw a lot of piss.
Piss. Why do I keep getting mind control during the fucking mind control thing? I feel like I am standing in position, and are the tanks moving their shit around? What the hell? What caused me to get mind controlled 10 seconds into the fight?
You
It happened to
died,
me
don't
once
you?
too. Like what happens is like you get stunned and then you get mind controlled and then we all have to kill you. And that happened to me once just randomly. I was like, I don't know. I just chopped it up to like be chopped. What was that phrase? Chalked it up?
Chalked it. Okay, I
No,
do.
You
Okay, well, now
CHOCK'd it up.
not chalked it up, right? Chalked it up.
No, like CHOCK. I don't know what chalking is, but you do it to raise something, to put it up.
Okay, well I just chalked it up to being a tanking issue, honestly. I think maybe no, because I feel like if we got hit by the frontal, we would have just straight up died, right?
I think it's an aggro thing. I think it was an aggro pull somehow, or there's some. But why would it happen to you if you dip your toes too close into the circle in the middle? But you wouldn't be doing that.
That's the thing. And it's like, and also it wouldn't be an aggro thing for me because like my pets do most of the damage. So like I don't think it would happen to me. Although my only other thought is that like, is it getting hit by like the dragon beam things that like go by? But I think that just does damage to you, right?
And that wouldn't be out 10 seconds in, I don't think.
Yeah. So I have no idea, honestly.
To chock, a wedge or block placed against a wheel or rounded object to prevent it from moving. Their aircraft stood gently shuddering against its chocks.
Okay, what about chalk it up, though? Who the fuck came up with that?
Rudy Tabootie. When he was entering the chalk zone. Rudy, you gotta get the chalk in here! Fuck!
Rudy's got the chalk.
Rudy's got the chalk! You can tell when it's a
no.
little slow in Warcraft land. That's when the chalk zone talk comes out. But it sounds like you got one on your hook there. What you got?
I'm sorry, I'm looking over at Immune at, is it chalk it up or chalk it up? And why am I not seeing a clear answer?
Honestly, on the English language and usage page on english.stackexchange.com, there are some grammarists debating this, and I guess both chalk and chalk are phrases, like chalk it up and chalk it up, where it's like they both effectively kind of mean the same thing. So I'm like, wait, so which is right?
Ooh, the Twilight Zone, Berenstain Bears, they both always have been right, but neither have been right. You could read forever, but your glasses are broken.
Oh, no! I won since we're doing segues, I won a writing contest to apply for college where I just stole... Oh, no, I'm sorry. They asked us to. They were like, okay, here's the plot of that episode of Twilight Zone. What happens next? And I wrote a story, a melodramatic story that eventually was like, he went crazy and shot himself in the dome.
My God.
And for some reason, I phrased it in a way that they were like, yes, let's give this guy money instead of like, oh no, let's call the police.
How much money did they give you?
Oh, that's actually very embarrassing. It was going to be free room and board at the college in my hometown, but I said no because I didn't want to go to the college in my hometown because they both didn't really have a great program. And God, this is my one like, I'm gonna get out of this city moment ever, which I was always mad at those kids, but I was like, I'm not going to college in my hometown because the people who are from Ipsy High, everyone kind of thinks they're nerds. So I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to make something of myself. And then that's pretty much all I did. I took some classes, didn't do amazing at them, got a degree that I didn't immediately use, but I did have friends. So there you go. I paid MSU like $50,000 to make some friends.
Hashtag winning.
I mean, like, I always felt like that was just part of the experience, right?
Yeah,
like, the big part of the experience, like, going out of your comfort zone, meeting new people in a different place.
Yes,
I don't know.
I would have just lived in my literal parents' basement where my room was and just done that for 4 years. Then been like, Mom and Dad are so nice. No need to leave. Had I not left.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you were to ask me if I were to redo college again or not, I would say absolutely, knowing that the amount of debt I will accrue from 7 years of schools, from switching universities halfway through, I'd still do it again because it was sick.
Even the Northwood stuff, even my gay many Northwood adventures. I forgot the specifics, but go to Patreon to hear about those.
Well, if I skipped it, then I would have been at MSU earlier, and then I wouldn't have met anybody else. You know what I mean? It would be whole different people sitting around here.
That's true. Yeah, you would have completely missed us.
Whoa, speaking of spooky, it's Growlina's spookiness that will bring us back into the world of Warcraft, because we've got some things to discuss.
Ha ha ha! But here's a 2-minute distractor beforehand. Well, hello everyone. Growlina here on the salty shores of Booty Bay, talking with perhaps the only other sentient person I've seen here, Rogris, who claims to be here for one specific reason. What is that reason, Rog? I'm just trying to live out my pirate fantasies, the ones that Blizzard still refuses to let me experience in-game. The airy blouse and cutlass T-Mogs aren't enough. I won't be happy until they add a designated pirate class. I'm not a hunter, I'm a buccaneer. I can honestly say this is the first time I'm hearing such a request. What would the aspects of this pirate class be? Only the best stuff. The ability to shoot, to loot, and when the guards come, to go and scoot. And what exactly would the gameplay ramifications of that be? Look, man, that's all I've got. I've started thinking about pirates, and that's the star I'm shooting for, okay? Well, as vague as a dream as it is, I'm still rooting for you, buddy. Raj and I will be sitting back with some stinky-ass grog. But here's some more show to listen to as we sip. Thank you, Growlina. That was just enough time to drink my fancy nectarine sparkling water.
Oh, are you also drinking a water? Oh, this is a Waterloo sparkling water, tropical fruits.
No, I'm drinking tap water out of my Hazel Park, the Friendly City water bottle. We got them for free because we survived COVID. They said as much in the email.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm saving myself because it's Riot Fest weekend, and I gotta get weird at Weird Al and Friday tomorrow. Oh my gosh, holy shit. Anyway, back to WoW. So there was guys, I gotta get this. I'm on MMO Champ, first of all.
You know the news cycle is a little slow when we dive into MMO Champ. Although, honestly, they cover more interesting things than Wowhead sometimes. And I feel like they do it in a way that is less clickbaity, I think. So maybe they should just be at the top of our rotation.
Yeah, because no one's clicking it. That's probably why. So we have a partial fireside chat from Maria Hamilton. Now, Maria Hamilton is the one who lied to everybody and said, the Alliance will only get a small section of the city, while the Horde gets 99% of it. So, was this interview with a liar, a known liar, everybody?
Before we go into the depths, I do want to ask, partial fireside, is it we are not at the fire, she's not at the fire? What makes this partial?
So the partiality comes from the fact that this occurred at Gamescom, which was in Germany? Is that where it was? Austria? Where the hell was this thing at?
Da.
Yeah. And so the transcript is based off of Nagura's stream that is embedded below, but Blizzard still has not released the footage. So this is all we have for now. So basically, it's only a partial recording from when Nagura started to record. And we basically only have some bits, but it's still bits.
It's weird that they wouldn't release it fully. I thought that that was the whole point of this, that they would like record and send out a lot of these things.
Yeah, I don't know, but we have some bullet points here from here under story and lore. That's not a real bullet point. His second one says, the Sunwell is holding back the Void Storm from devouring us. Players need to give the Sunwell enough power to not be overcome by the storm. The Paladins and Priests, you over there, are pouring power into the Sunwell to keep the storm at bay as we level and try to figure out how to get to the Void Storm.
Oh, okay. So, like, while y'all are leveling up, I'll just be tasked to click on the Sunwell to make sure that it's fully charged so that the Void Storm doesn't take over. I just click it every once in a while, like it's like I'm fishing.
You are going to be what Mr. Gumbo's grandma wants. So Sweaty Gumbo's getting married, right? And her fiance's grandmother has been texting them relentlessly about their wedding box. And she is concerned that somebody is going to the Void is going to come by and steal the wedding box with all of the money and cards in it. So she has suggested two things. One, we chain that motherfucker down to the table. Two, people split into ships to watch the box in 15-minute ships to make sure the Void doesn't come over and steal it.
You would think, hypothetically, this holy event, you only invite nice people who you like who wouldn't steal your money. Or is it because it's in the scary city of Chicago?
I do think that is part of it, honestly.
Wedding Crashers?
I think that's what it's what they think, the Chicago thing. I think that they have that connotation. But, like, just don't put it right by the front door. Like, put it in a place that people can see it. We don't need to have, like, fucking 15-minute shifts to watch this box. That's stupid.
Well, you're going to have a 15-minute shift to power the Sunwell while we go questing.
Yeah, you're right.
Nanny Gumbo is going to be there. How much light modules have you put in there? We don't want Demencius sneaking out and stealing poor Sweaty's money.
The Domina are coming.
I never gave you any upgrades to your drive vehicle, but I did chip in $50 in this card for the Sunwell.
Please don't get it right. Not only are players dealing with void problems, they're also dealing with light problems called light bloom. And Maria goes on and says, it's an invasive thing happening because of the power of the Sunwell. It gives a glimpse of what happens when the light has no opposition.
You get a sunburn or something? Like, what the fuck?
I guess there's too much light when no void, too much light, too blind glasses.
I guess I could see that being like, we need to spawn so much light to defeat the darkness. And it's like, what happens when you do defeat the darkness? All the lights like, hey, this is a pretty cool place to be. And then you're like, can you please go back to like World of Warcraft presents Lightlands? And goes, I think I'm just gonna stay here. So then I have to push light elementals back into a void.
Yeah, pretty much what it sounds like. I think you may have nailed what the light bloom invasion, quote unquote, will be. Here's my favorite story and lore sections, guys. Buckle up. We may see some elf and troll things.
Wow! Troll things? They talking about the Heronir?
They ambushed her. They said, what else, Maria? And she goes, fuck, shit, I don't have anything. We may see some elf or troll things.
There will be some surprising faces that players don't expect to get called by the light to defend the Sunwell. Now, when I think of a surprising face who the light has called to defend the Sunwell, if motherfucking Ural doesn't show up, big gleaming hammer swinging. Now, I know you're asking, well, how will that work? It's AU universe. I don't know. Who cares? Have her show up anyway.
An entire species, I shouldn't say that they're people, an entire, like, World of Warcraft race came through the portal. She can do that with her people. And then that can be a plot point, is she helps with the light bloom. And then everyone goes, who is actually around in AU Draenor now? And then the Void can be like, oh shit, we're going to go attack that. See you in, like, patch 13.2.
They're creeping around. Because, like, who else even would there be to call who's not expected? Like, a Velen, I would expect a Velen. I would expect an Anduin.
Aeladin, the light is mad at him because he killed one of them. But they said, damn, if you can't flip, get on back here, soldier.
That'd be pretty cool, though. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, unless they're thinking of something that's, like, completely and entirely, like, out of left field, like, contradictory to what they are. Is it gonna be fucking Sylvanas?
I mean, she's definitely coming back at some point. People on the Lore Watch podcast, give them a listen. They've been doing some great work recently. They were trying to theorize when Sylvanas will return, and one of them was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it will just be to save Sylvanas. Because, remember, when the three sisters, Illyria, Varisa, and Illyria were hanging out, Sylvanas? Anyway, this water's really getting me, guys.
Rest assured, Illyria was there.
She's maybe there twice. The Void was screaming at Illyria, and it was like, kill her, kill Sylvanas, take her out now, kill her. So they're like, the Void is like terrified of undead or terrified of like Sylvanas. And then they were like, remember, Tyrande wasn't allowed to kill Sylvanas by Elune. So maybe Elune also was like, we're going to need Sylvanas to save the Sunwell or do something noble in the future. So you can't kill her now. You can kill her after that. So she's going to save Illyria probably from something. That's probably honestly what it is. Maria's bad at flagging this.
Ugh. People love her. And I get it. But do we really... Sylvanas was already war chief. She already came back from an ass whooping. She already got that cutscene where it's like, you can't kill me. Do we really need to write a whole story where she's extra super special? We get it.
Well, that was Zoval controlling her all those years or something.
Ow!
There's some Eritor lore. I don't think we really care that much, but it's literally just like Eritor's trying to make sense of how his dad is as a paladin versus how he feels as a paladin should be versus how other people feel paladins should be. And it's just a kid trying to figure out what following his daddy's footsteps. He's got tattoos.
He's a Ret paladin, so he loaded up twitters.com and he saw all the memes. Oh my goodness, father! They're terrible to us! Stay off X the Everything app. They're so rude to Ret paladin.
There's some Eversong Woods lore. I don't know what that is. It's just what the Night Elf or the Blood Elf area. Who cares? Blah 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 blah. Here's a little note about the Dominar. The Dominar are very intelligent, serving one another to avoid getting eaten. They are all trying to climb the ranks to become the top Dominar. So they're just social climbers, the big scary ghosts that Zaltheth has.
Is it just an MLM?
Yeah, with Zaltheth, she would want to fuck an MLM.
Together, we're all too weak to take over the Sunwell. But if you infect 2 homes, then that means that you can recruit 2 other people to get 2 dog houses. We split this thing up, we've got the whole city.
I think it gets me that Mary Kay pink car.
Engage in the business. My my neighbor's parents unfortunately got caught up in an MLM, and yeah, they very mysteriously would be like, "Oh, do you guys want to come over and hang out?" Yeah, we can't go upstairs. Mom and Dad are hanging out with people from the business.
Oh man!
And I remember being like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I told my parents, and they were like, "Just stay downstairs, Aaron."
Don't go up there.
Yeah, both don't get wrapped up in an MLM, and also like, please don't judge their parents for sometimes good people do bad things.
That's the Dominar. And also, there's a little bit here that I think may actually... I'll just read it. The team thought they would do the Heronir in the War Within, but they ended up fitting the story of Midnight better. So because this is a trilogy, I wonder how freely they're able to just move entire zones or quests around between, like, so like say that we were supposed to have the Heronir in this patch. Did they last minute decide that 11.2 was going to be more Void themed and we're going to come back to War Within and Black Blood later in Midnight?
That's the thing. Are they really going to be coming back to the Black Blood in Midnight, or are they just going to be coming back with the Heronir because of their like root ways?
Maybe we would have gone to the root ways sooner, and like maybe 11.2 was supposed to be do a little bit of the Black Blood investigating, whatever, then go to the root ways to where their secret hovel is, because they could really introduce this secret area wherever the fuck they wanted to. You know what I mean?
I almost feel like honestly that it was weird that they introduced the Heronir the way that they did, and then we don't really interact with them until Midnight. It just is odd to me. I feel like they almost could have just not, and then just because like then we just went to the Undermine. It's like, I mean, I guess like whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it just feels weird to me.
Well, so because it's a trilogy, then they keep saying this. They keep wording it in a way that there's stories and beats that interplay between the 3 things. I don't think it's that bad that we meet a secret group of Heidi people and then we don't do anything with them until later, because we already have had the through point. Versus, I think that they're used to getting such criticism from their WoW community that you just make up new things and then you throw us on the way. Whereas in this way, we get introduced, we hang out a little bit with the secret people, then we do something else, and then we come back to the thread that they threw before, and you follow that thread back into the new area. So you have a little bit of familiarity, so it's not all just like dumped brand new stuff on your head.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is cool, I guess, that they are truly using the trilogy to, like, its benefit of having things span the expansions. I mean, because you're right, we helped them at the beginning of War Within, and then they're just kind of gone doing their own thing. And I wonder if we will catch up on what happened with them since then.
They're going to say, oh, we were just spinning this big wheel to figure out who our sexiest NPCs were going to be.
Oh, brand synergy.
Oh, just a second. Let me go grab this wheel. Some friends borrowed it, but I'll just dive into the rootways real quick.
I imagine that you're surfing like like Tarzan in the 2000 movie, or like Sora in Kingdom Hearts from 2001.
Okay, well, let's give this big wheel a little spin.
Big wheel, little spin.
Been waiting for someone specifically, and I just want to talk about. Oh no, not the Corthian Grommet! Hey, where's Gershom? You ready for this one? I can hear her lady boner from here.
One of our classics. I think Rendell was the very first one of this lengthy season. This was the second one. And I don't mean to mess up my lore. I do believe this was Adorno suggestion. He just posted a picture of it and said, "What would you do with this thing?"
That is a good question. We answered it then, but I feel like enough time has passed that maybe we would do something different.
So, yeah, the Corthian Grommet is just a little frog guy, 6 tendrils on his head, walked around Corthia. He's a shape for it.
I feel like it's gonna have to go low. It's just gonna in this 2025 sexy rating list. I feel like we've kind of determined that the animals are going to the bottom of the list.
And whenever I scroll down to the bottom here, there's some whatever the opposite of a heavy hitter is. Do they hit at all? They're just misses, I think. So I'm I don't know. I feel like a lot of these are similar to me. I almost feel like nasty ass Terragosa Vision form needs to move up just so that the Corthian Grommet can be placed down here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking the same because she does have she's got a stinky foot, but she's still a person. This is a squirrel.
Reminder for the viewers: 65 is as low as you can go, and Webster, the spider child, is
a literal little boy.
That's not. Yeah, that's not sexy.
Things were lean. We didn't have a lot to talk about that week.
We could put. Do we just put Grommet at 62 and put Terragosa at 62 and a half?
No, honestly, you know what? Terragosa and her
just
stinky,
bump them up a little bit.
Her stinky foot. We were too harsh on her little foot. I want to say, bump her up to who's at 59? Oh, it's Bone Steel. Give her 58.
She's harder than Bone Steel? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I can do things to Terragosa Visage form, and then I can just. It's the sexiest NPC list. We're going to be having sex with them.
Oh, sorry,
but
I forgot.
She's an attractive enough woman if you ignore her club feet. Bone Steel.
Yeah, the fuck, Slidewhistle. Since when are you too pious or good to not talk about how sexy NPCs are? The fuck.
I'm just grossed out that Aaron wants to fuck Terragosa Visage form in her smell. Are you gonna put bags over her feet? Is that what you're gonna have to do?
I think I did say at some point that I would update the picture on the list to just be her club foot.
Yeah, you know what I would do? I'd say, "Ooh, babe, let's get under these covers," and she goes, "Ooh, do you want me to switch it up?" And I said, "Under the covers. We're gonna lower half.
Lights
lower
off.
halves have to stay hidden."
Corthian Grommet, welcome to 62. Hey, you're hotter than Arclight. You know?
Oh, yeah, I think we have time for another quick spin here.
Let's do it.
Oh no, I forgot another animal. It's Betsy, the dead pig from Drustvar area.
Oh, boy!
Is this a joke? The fuck?
Okay, I will
Well,
say.
but before we jump to conclusions about this being an undead pig, she has a ribbon.
I'm crying. Okay.
Okay,
And a bow.
and 2 blue ribbons.
A big
This is
girly
a quality
bow.
hog.
You know, and Black Mirror would place her a little higher on the list.
Oh man, is Betsy hotter than the Corthian Grommet that we just placed on the list?
I'm really gonna
I'm
have
a little
to.
ashamed how quickly I was about to be like, yes.
I am going to have a. I'm gonna stick with my animals are low rule. I feel like they just have to be.
Damn, so I almost feel like I don't know, like High Executor, Thalia, and Bone Steel and Terragosa need to just all bump up 1, and then we can put like Betsy at like 61. Is that fine?
No, I am stepping in. Betsy beats Chompy. Chompy's disgusting. Betsy may be a dead pig, but she's beautiful, and she's got ribbons. She's a winner.
Yeah, put her above. Put her at the lowest spot above. Wait, you're putting Chompy below High Executor Darthalia? What's going on here?
High
Isn't that
Executor
what we said?
Delphalia is technically a humanoid.
Chompy's not an
She's better
animal.
than
Chompy's
animals.
not an animal. He's a demon beast thing.
Oh, you're saying Chompy is better than these people?
Absolutely. I was thinking we put Betsy at like 58 or 57. That's still low, and the rest are just like weird, gross-footed creatures.
Okay.
I was trying to save you from doing work, but you began just to slide things around. So I guess just put it with how you were gonna do it, because now who knows where you are. He edits this in real time, so it's always funny to watch. And he jumped the gun on the slidey pieces.
I don't know. I feel like it wasn't that hard. Like, so I rearranged things a little bit. I put like Terragosa at 57, Bone Steel at 58, High Executor Darthalia at 59, Betsy at 60, Chompy at 61, Grommet at 62. I mean, like, we can move these around again. I don't care. Whatever you guys think.
No, we can keep it here. This is good.
I'll say I'm content with that. Yes, just as long as Betsy beats out Chompy. That thing's a nightmare. And Betsy, she might be a ghost, but she's a beautiful one.
And I feel like we let High Executor Darthalia move a little too high for.
Okay, well, we can put her at 61, and then we can move Betsy and Chompy up 1.
Do that. That's way better. I think it's way funnier if there are some things higher than some people. We're gonna have to literally do like a bonus episode one of these days where we just do the rest of them, or just said maybe next episode, God forbid, no news happens, and we just slam out the remaining like 18 of these guys. But now it's time for our top 2 bottom boot medium moon immune. Something tells me you have something you want to say.
Oh, well, you see, I actually do. I have a little bit of a bottom boot.
Bottom brrr.
Bottom boot.
So, there's been a really annoying fucking bug going around in the World of Warcraft right now. And for some reason, this week, there's a bug where if you do Halls of Atonement, it does not count sometimes, or only for certain people, as part of your like 4 mythic dungeons for the weekly. And it's like a known bug, but there's nothing they can do about it. So like I ran it. I know that like a few other people ran a few, and like nothing. I'm still like 0 out of 4. And like it's a dungeon that some people want to farm too. For like slide, there's a trinket you want in there, right? Is that the dungeon that you were trying to get a trinket from?
Yes, I want the stone idol, whatever it's called.
And like I got a neck piece from it, so like it was nice, but like I don't know. I mean, like it's not that big of a deal. I'll run 4 other dungeons, I guess, but we shouldn't have to think like this because Blizzard, fix it. Come on now, the fuck.
Yeah, it's a really stupid bug. They like the recommendation was, just don't run Halls of Atonement if you want to complete your dungeon little thingies.
Yeah, like that's not good advice, Blizzard. Come on now. But Slidewhistle, what do you have this week?
Top 2.
Toot, 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 toot.
I say this as I chew my edible in preparation for the episode of After Dark after this, which you can get to at patreon.com/do-not-relent. We're talking about roller coasters. Roller coasters.
3 years ago, me and my special honey went to Cedar Point, so it's fresh on the brain.
Anyway, my top 2 is my Demon Hunter. My top 2 is honestly, I think it might be that I got let go from my mythic team silently. Part of me does really want to just like message and be like, what the heck? I'm not on the team anymore. You didn't. And then I think she would literally add me back. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were somebody else.
They would add you back again, and then you would be mad that they added you back again. You'd be like, oh, now I have to like think about if I'm going to be invited to raid again. I'm like, you don't want this, Slide. You like take it. Like, this is the best of both worlds. Like, there's no confrontations. You just silently got let go. You don't really want to be there, but you do want to make a scene. I get it.
Yeah, I kind of want them to confrontation me. I want them to be like, hey, why aren't you hanging out with our team? And I'm going to be like, oh, I really don't care about you guys. I just thought it'd be kind of funny to make you say something.
Confrontate is a powerful word. Just shot right past confront.
Is it even a word? I don't think it is.
Conversate. No. It's like conversate. But yeah, but I do like that I'm getting more Demon Hunter time in to do things. I'm pugging keys. The pugging, I haven't pugged a lot of DPS keys. When I pug, it's been healer keys. It's been pretty okay. I'm getting into groups, surprisingly. I thought it'd be a lot harder. And everyone's really chill. I haven't had any people go crazy like I have in past seasons. I've heard a lot of bad stories about the abandon system and being held hostage. If somebody wants to abandon and the other 4 do not, the person who wanted to will just leave. He'll just leave and he'll be like, I'll get marked as a leaver. Who cares? And that's what happened. So, yeah. That's my tapatuta. Erin, what is your tapatuta, bottom boot, medium moot?
Well, I'll bring a little bit of positivity in here and say that I have a medium moot.
Moot.
Medium moot.
As is the case whenever they open up a new world for us and give us a new little checklist and say, hey, check these things off. We'll give you a little prize at the end of each one. The end has arrived. I am 20 of 20 with the Koreshi people. Got my title. I'm of the Twilight Wind. Got my mount. Got my...
That's sexy.
Of the Twilight Wind. It is very powerful. And got my 100k little stone that I throw up in the air and go, power! At raid no fewer than 17 times a night. It knocked me out of 1 million, so I'm really upset. I gotta really start power leveling my money in order to get back to 1 million.
You gotta gamble. Start gambling.
That is exactly opposite. No, I knew a man once who lost $500,000 on one Wednesday night.
Hey, but I got half of that, and it made up for all of my losses. This could be you, Aaron. You could end up a 2 millionaire.
Slidewhistle saying, Aaron, chase that loss of that augment rune.
Shoot for the star, a 2 millionaire. What are you? You're like a 4 millionaire?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pushing 5. I think it's like 4 and some maybe 4.6.
Crazy.
And I'm not even doing crafting orders anymore. Well, that's a lie. I have been doing some. You know what my renown is with the whatever the renown is?
11. I'm gonna guess 11.
You overestimated me. I'm 10.
I don't even know what mine is, so.
I guess it makes
6.
sense because you don't do world quests. You do limited delves, so...
Yeah, my delve game's weak.
The medium aspect of it is, I reached it, I got to the end. Now all the world quests are meaningless because I guess they give you Valor Stones, but I'll just do them on someone else. I don't need anything additional from the Koreshi people. Growlina, other than raid nights, can officially retire for a little while.
What you can do is you can get your gold whenever you have that big gold quest up. Just run all your alts who are in Koresh through it and try to recoup that monies.
Truthfully, I will get my 1 million back by just stealing it from like Randleman or one of these other losers. But that's certainly something to do. But that was my medium moot. Now, being more positive, I want to switch to my top 2 of the week, which is naming our lovely patrons. Their names include Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, S. and Growlina to say, for the Horde. Miskit the Orchidee Orc. Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Alternator, Chris M., Saracen Hawk, Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner, and I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Baba Booey McGee, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman, Jerome, Ali, Adorno.
To make a long fucking story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
Losing the Patient, Gershom.
Literally, Roblox is too hard. Roblox is too...
Also, her podcast, Thrall's Balls, just reached its 200th episode. Go look it up. It's mean and green and in your face, baby. Ah! Duff, the Horde Pooper Cooper, Calcus. Cilantro, Alexei, Vanderlyle. Have a nice day! And Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Pew, 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 pew. Join the patrons at patreon.com/do-not-relent, where, like I've said, we're talking about roller coasters. One of our nearest, dearest friends got his head kicked off of a ride. My sunglasses. What about you guys? Where are your sunglasses found at?
Well, my sunglasses are actually on the kitchen countertop right now. But you can find me, Alex, or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
My original good pair of sunglasses was lost on a beach in Muskegon. But my new pair is in my car. My new $30 pair. They make them real expensive for people like me. But if you want to hear me cry about it, my social media is thebigacheesy at twitters.com, and watch me play videograms at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
And with that, we will now play the DJ scratch that indicates this episode has ended, like we always have. And we bid you adieu. Bonsoir, mes amis.
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.